You need to watch out for this scam that is on Vinted at the moment. We've already got scammers on Facebook Marketplace, eBay. Now obviously they're going to hit on Vinted as well. They do my head in. So in this video, I'm going to have a quick run through on a scam that is currently going through Vinted. And now it's affecting collectors and vintage toy sellers. Hi guys, I'm Paul the Toy Scavenger. Thank you for viewing the video. Remember, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, all at Toy Scavenger. And you can buy the toys at thetoyscavenger.com. So I thought by doing this quick little video, it will help people, and hopefully if you can share it, like it, comment on it, just get it out there, because we don't want anyone being scammed, especially at this time of the year and with the recession and the cost of living crisis and everything. We just don't need that. So what is Vinted? Vinted is an app in which you can sell secondhand goods. It's nice, quick, easy, there's no fees. So all you do is you list your item and someone buys it and they get a postage quote. You just go along with the quote and post it away. It's really simple to use. So if you're actually selling on there secondhand goods, yes, really, really good. You're not allowed to be a reseller on there though. It does go against their terms and conditions. There are resellers on there and they do get away with it slowly. But if you are going large scale, like if I was to put my website and all my stock on there, they'd figure me out straight away and they just basically block me and just delete my account. So the first question is, what is this scam and how do you avoid it? So Vinted is a nice little app that you can use when you're buying collectibles, because they do have them on there. So what they seem to be doing is they seem to be listing things in the collectibles. So for this particular one that I found, it said vintage mask. So after 5 minutes of searching through Vinted, I actually found 4 or 5 scams within the vintage toy community. And now we don't want this. So if you do see one of them, remember to report it, and report it as the images are stolen, because that seems to be the only way that they are removing these listings. So how do we spot these scammers? So there are some key signs to look out for. One of the signs is that their name makes no sense at all. So their username will be a mix of jumbled up letters and numbers just so they can make a fake account. Another clue is that there is 0 reviews with these accounts. Of course, there will be people on Vinted with no reviews, but if the username and the reviews come together, then you know there's something up. So you have the jumbled up letters and you have 0 reviews. So scrolling through, I started seeing this regular trend of the same thing, slightly different items, different descriptions, but always these strange usernames, no reviews, and also strange prices. So the prices aren't ever under £100. They always seem to be around 105, 106, 107. They're around that kind of price. Now I don't know the actual reason why they list it like that. Maybe it's to have like a trick of the mind, but also when you're adding the buyer protection, it might take your total up a little bit. So these scammers are hoping that you don't want to spend too much on these items, but also don't want to go too low so you don't think they are fake. So if that wasn't enough to give you a clue, the next thing is that the pictures seem too good to be true. Of course, these images are stolen, because if you take the images, you can put them on Google reverse image and then they actually come up, and most of them come from eBay or Facebook Marketplace. So I messaged these sellers and I asked if they could take a picture of the item with their name on a piece of paper. They just come back and said, sorry, I don't have the item at the moment, I'm selling it on behalf of somebody else. And one of the key things that these scammers are counting on is the fact that they don't just use one image, they're using 3, 4 images of the same item in different positions. The thing to do, it seems the only way to remove them is to report them for images that have been used elsewhere. I haven't purchased any of these because I'm not even going to fund them. There's no point. I'll just report them. But I'm not funding them because they'll continue to do it. If one person does it, they will just continue to do it. I'm not losing myself 100 quid. No chance. So what will happen if you actually buy them? Well, I've done a bit of research and I've had a little look, and there seems to be a few different scenarios that could happen. So Vinted offer buyer protection, which usually adds a little fee and a percentage on top. So what does that protect? If the item doesn't arrive, if the goods are different to what you ordered, and if the goods are damaged in transit. So what these scammers are doing is they're hoping that you don't claim within the time frame that's actually allowed. And that time frame is 48 hours, 2 days. If you don't claim within that time, you lose everything. So you paid for the item, you paid buyer protection, and you paid for shipping. Now what? Firstly, you might get an item. You won't get that item, but you may get an item. Secondly, what they might do is they might purchase from another website a completely different item, but using your details. And then when the item turns up at your house, you are invoiced for that item. And what they're counted on is that you don't check or that you don't reply within 2 days. Because after those 2 days, your money's gone. Another option is that they send you a photo of the image and then you are screwed. Because you can't claim that it's different, because that is what they sold you. And even if you do try to claim, Vinted have a delivery address, they have a confirmed delivery. Also, there's nothing damaged in transit. So the only thing you can do, claim for something that is significantly different from what you purchased. And then you have to prove it. The other thing is that they send you a letter and the letter just doesn't have anything in it. You receive that item, it says tracked, it says delivered. Vinted think that you've received the item, but in fact you haven't received the item. You don't even know where that letter come from. You don't even know that that corresponds to the item that you purchased. You're still waiting for your other item to arrive. So within 2 days you don't check that tracking. You don't realize that it has been delivered and that it hasn't arrived yet. Then after that 2 days, your money's gone and you can't claim. It's quite a simple scam really pain in the arse. So basically the way to stop yourself from buying these items is to look out for these things. So first, look out for that username. Second, no reviews. Next, look at the price. If the price is around 105, 108, it's not real. So for example, a mask switchblade can go for around £200. So you would think somebody who would know that would either sell it for around 150, 175. You wouldn't go for 108, 106. It just doesn't make sense. And even if they didn't know what they were selling, they would list it for around 30, 40, 50 pounds. Again, 106, 7, 8 doesn't make sense for someone to list it at that kind of price. The other thing is you can do is obviously take the images, put them in Google reverse image, and then they will show you where they've come from. Now Google reverse image doesn't always work. If you're purchasing something that's around £108, plus the Google reverse image didn't work, but then their reviews are 0 and their username is all higgledy-piggledy numbers and letters, all jumbled up, that's a scam. Do not purchase it. Even with the buyer protection, you will be scammed. Now, obviously some people may be able to get their money back and that's great. So remember, just to try and report it, just get rid of them. We don't want to see them. So if you think, I found at least 10 listings within 5 minutes, and that was just a quick search. So I've also contacted Vinted, but they have not come back to me yet. So guys, if you've seen anything like this on Vinted or any other websites, leave a comment, let us know. The more information, the better. There's also a very big scam at the moment going on with PayPal Friends and Family. Now I know a lot of Facebook groups like to use friends and family as a payment method, but you are opening yourself to a world of trouble. You think that you're safe because you have got their money and they haven't paid a fee. That is not the case. They can reverse that and then you are not covered and you lose your item and you lose your money. That's a big one as well. Always use goods and services because you are covered. The other thing is friends and family is for friends and family. It's not for anybody else. Maybe that's another video for another time. So I've been Paul the Toy Scavenger. I really hope this video helps you and that you don't get caught out on these scams. I really hope that everybody stays safe. I've been Paul the Toy Scavenger. Thank you for watching. See you soon.